A lot of people have been asking me, how do I make my own hamburgers? And they wanted me to make some hamburgers for the page. So every Thursday I make hamburgers for the family. So I'm just gonna run through it real quick. I mean, it's nothing. Everything is real basic. You know, nothing's like spectacular or special or anything. But I'm gonna run you guys through how I make hamburgers at home. So we're gonna start with making the sauce. So the burger sauce that we're gonna make. So if you go ahead, come in and zoom in, and I'm gonna show you guys what all I use. Basic, I already got it set up. Just go ahead and get your favorite mayo, mayonnaise, or Miracle Whip, whatever you want to use. Just put up maybe like a half a cup, or just do it to your likings or how much you think, how many people you think you're gonna feed. I have 8 mouths in this house, so this sauce should feed about maybe 8 people. So I'm gonna start off, I'm gonna add some onions. That's probably like 2 tablespoons of onions, 2 tablespoons of sweet relish. I got some vinegar, apple cider vinegar. It's about a tablespoon of that. I got a pinch of salt, pinch of black pepper, pinch of smoked paprika. You can use regular paprika, that's fine as well. Add that in there. Also got some mustard, maybe like a tablespoon or mustard. If you don't like mustard as much, you can use a little less or a little more. Ketchup, about the same amount of ketchup. Add that in there. And we're gonna mix it all up. And your onions, you want your onions finely chopped. I do finely chopped onions. And we're just gonna mix this up real good. And if you want it, spicier, you can add some things in to make it spicy, make it kind of hot as well. But this is the basic burger sauce that I use. All right, so this is how I prepare my hamburger patty. It's just regular 80-20 ground beef that I use. It works out really good. A lot of restaurants use 80-20. A lot of your American like bar and grill places, like the hole-in-the-wall bars, you can get some of the best hamburgers at them hole-in-the-wall bar and grill places. And they just use a simple 80-20 mix. They just put a little bit of salt and pepper on it. And that's what I'm going to do right here. So if you can come zoom in on this, and I'll show you guys how I make this. So I'm going to grab right out of the package. Clean hands, of course. I'll make a little ball. I like to do double hamburger. Now you want your hamburger meat to be cold. You don't want really warm hamburger meat, because all that fat inside there starts to loosen up, and you'll lose a lot of the tenderness and juiciness that you get from the hamburger patty as well. So you want it nice and cold when you handle it, and also when you put it on the grill as well. And also keeping it cold also keeps it from shrinking up as well. So these are going to be smash hamburgers that we're going to make. And on the top, I add a little bit of black pepper, a little bit of salt, and these suckers are ready to go on the griddle. I'm gonna show you how I do it in the house. Most of the time, I cook these outside, because if you cook these hamburgers the way I cook them, the beef patty itself in the house, and you're making a lot of them, it's gonna smoke up your house unless you have a really good ventilation system to suck out all of that smoke that the hamburger meat is gonna make. So I don't have that great of a ventilation system in my house, so I cook them outside on the grill. But I'm gonna show you guys real quick how I do it in the house, and what I use to cook them on. All right, you can end it. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking these hamburgers. So here's the patty. Put in a little bit of parchment paper. So this is the kind of griddle that I use. It's a cast iron griddle. It covers 2 of the eyes on my stove, and it works great because I want that flat top grill taste on it. You want to get a really good spatula. I mean, it doesn't have to be this. This is like a professional grade hamburger spatula flipper, but you can use the ones that's kind of you don't want to use the plastic ones. Those won't scrape that crust up underneath really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and put these on and show you how it's made. If you could zoom in. All right. So this is the bun. So this is the hamburger patty. So what I'm gonna do is put this on here. Now you want this surface nice and hot, man. Really, really hot. All right. So put that on. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use this paper. I'm gonna smash it. A lot of weight on it. Smash. Hold for 10 seconds. All right, now we're going to pull off. You want to hold for 10 seconds because it allows the hamburger meat to come into contact with the surface of the cast iron, and it's going to create that crust, and also it's going to marry with the grill and the beef flavor, the flavor from the fat. It's all going to sear in and create a layer, and as it cooks, it's going to release a little bit. But as it cooks, you can see along the sides here how it's starting to cook, and the color start to come up more and more along each side. So when you see that color come up some, changes color of cooked beef, you'll kind of know when it's ready to be flipped. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the next patty. We're gonna put it on. Smash it down. Hold for 10 seconds. And like I say, if you don't have a good ventilation system at home, this is going to smoke up your kitchen really, really good. So you can either do these outside. You can put this griddle, this cast iron griddle right outside on top of your on your grill outside. That's usually what I do because I make a lot of these. Like I said, I get 8 miles to feed at the house. There it is. All right, so let's see what we got here. All right, we're gonna let these cook a little more, and I'll be right back. All right. So real quick, I'm gonna talk about the bun that I use. Bun can be really important. As you've seen in some of my videos, some buns can fall apart really easy. You can really lose the hamburger very quickly when you start eating it. So what I like to use is the brioche bun. It's real nice butter and just got a nice sheen to it. I found these at Aldi's. I think the name brand of it is Specialty Selected Brioche Buns is what it is. And also bought another pack of just a regular bun, white bun, and I'm gonna show you guys the difference. So if you can zoom in on these two hamburger buns, I'm gonna show you the differences here. So you see how, as you can see, that the color of it, the size, how fluffy it is. This just looks richer, and presentation is everything. I mean, you eat first with your eyes. So if you can see, if I pick this up and pretend I was eating it and holding it, and you see how easily it sinks in, you see how easily it breaks apart. It shouldn't break up. I mean, I'm applying very little force to this, and it just breaks apart very easily. Now you combine that with you being really hungry, and you got your big man hands, and you're really grabbing that thing, man, and it just falls apart, even on the bottom. You squeeze it and it just falls apart on you. You see that? All right, so you take the brioche bun, which is a little higher quality bun. It's a little denser, but you also want it to be soft and moist as well. So you see, I'm squeezing on it, man. I'm pushing on it, and it's not breaking apart. It's not breaking apart at all. I mean, it did a little bit there, but compared to the other one, it's very, very little. Same with the bottom here. I mean, I'm squeezing on it. It's not breaking apart. Not breaking apart very good. So I'm going to use the brioche bun. I'm going to put a nice little toast on these, and then we'll start dressing it and making the hamburger. So, all right. So this is the bun I use. This is what's available at the markets that are near me. I don't too much care for the ones at Kroger's. And so this is what I use. This is from Aldi's. They have a really good, if you can catch them. I don't know in your area if they'll sell them or not. But this is the brioche bun I use. I do like it. I have gotten a brioche bun from like Kroger's or Myers, and it wasn't this this grade of a hamburger bun. All right, so this one is just about ready to be flipped. You can see kind of the red juices starting to come up through. I mean, it's cooked up a little more on the surface here, on the sides. So I want to scrape really, really hard so I can get all that crust that has created on the bottom. We'll see how this looks. All right, perfect. So you see all the crust, the color of it. That's what you want, man. That's where all that flavor is at. And so now at this time, it's mostly cooked. So I'm going to put the cheese over it. I got a little top that I have. A little top. There's a little top that I have to like a little pot I had. It works perfect to help melt the cheese. So just put this over the top. Put this over the burger. And this time we're going to flip this one. Perfect. And you guys can't see it, but my kitchen is getting really smoky because I don't have a good ventilation system in here. All right, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, that's melting pretty good there. Melting real good. That's what I want. That's what I like to see. So I'm gonna move the top and put it over this one. Let that cheese melt up some more. So for the time that it takes for the cheese to melt, the other side is already done. It's cooked. So this time we just want to get that cheese nice and melted. Perfect. So this is what we want. So I'm going to scoop this off. I want a double patty. And I'm going to slide this off right into here. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, we're going to scoop this off and move it over to the hamburger bun that we got already ready. All right, let's move on over here. So I started to dress it up a little bit. This is how I like to do it. I got the bun nice and toasted. This is the bottom bun. I put a layer of the special sauce, and then I got some chopped up lettuce. I'm gonna go ahead and slide this on right on here. Beautiful, perfect. Now I'm gonna finish dressing this up. So I'm gonna put some onions, and the onions will stick right to that melted cheese. It'll stick on there. We'll throw some pickles on. Let's do a smaller pickle. All right, got my pickle on there. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna drizzle some of this special sauce on the top bun as well. Just a spoonful. Just keep filming right there. All right, so I like ketchup. I like ketchup on my hamburger. So I'm just gonna drizzle it over, just like that, nice and sloppy. Take the top of the bun, put it on top. Won't you love me sexy? Are you ready to lick me sexy? Take off your shoes and suck me sexy. We'll take it and we're humping sexy. Won't you love me sexy? Are you ready to lick me sexy? Take off your shoes and suck me sexy. Baby, we'll take it and we're humping sexy. And bite into it. It's gonna be juicy. The juice is gonna be running down my hands. The flavor is going to be awesome on this thing. And this is how I make hamburgers every Thursday. This is how I make hamburgers every Thursday for the family. So the guys are really starving here, and ladies at my house are starving right now. So I'm going to quit filming so I can make about 8 or probably about 10, 11 more of these things for the family. I'll see you guys a little bit. Thanks for sticking around. I might have an after action review. And hey, y'all always remember, first bite's the best bite. See y'all next time. Switching lanes, hamburger on my brain, trains long like a train. What's wrong, Austin? Huh? Austin, what's wrong? What's wrong? Huh? You want a what? You want a hamburger? Okay, they coming, man. I gotta cook them. They cooking. I'm gonna cook them outside in a minute, all right? Hamburgers are coming, man. I gotta get them made up. All right? Can I get a thumbs up? No? All right.